Hi, this is Reasons Are Several, a weekly health and fitness podcast. My name is Matt. With me is Neil. Hi, Neil.
Oh, shit. Health and fitness.
Well, I mean, you're fucking rocking
I'm
the
getting
guns
fit.
today. Yeah, look at
You're
those
fit?
things. I'm not fit.
No.
I'm pretty fucking far from fit right now. I'll tell you that.
I'm doing okay from like right here up.
It's
From
right above the
mid-nipple
love
up.
handles.
Yeah, or mid-nipple up. I'm doing all right.
Yeah, I have been on a run of just, trips and different things where I'm eating and drinking a lot, and it's just not good for the form. So I got to start sorting some stuff out. I'm also a little bit under the weather. Thanks
what
to all
happened?
this. Well, just a long weekend. I had a 3-night stay up in Washington, kind of doing a dude's trip, and it was very exhausting. We went up and played. Just two of us went up and played golf on Thursday. Got paired up. You ever get paired up in golf? It sucks.
No.
I hate it.
So does that mean you get somebody you don't know?
Correct. So we were going to
Okay,
go
all
off,
right.
and they're like, these two dudes pull up behind us, and they're like, you guys are going to be a foursome now. We're like, oh, great. And this dude, just kind of douchebaggy. I mean, not
bummer.
mean, but just kind of a douchebag. And he's like, hey, guys, And it's, so then
Did
we
he
just
give you
had,
why are you talking so much?
Oh, the second he started, my buddy also named Matt. Well, I knew because he just doesn't have patience for this. I turned to him and he's
Right.
like, it better not be like this all day.
That's great.
Luckily, they switched after 9, so that was good. But we ended up playing 36 holes. It was just exhausting.
Oh, Jesus.
But, I shat on the Shiloh Inn last week. Sorry, Shiloh Inn.
Oh.
But I'm going to go the other direction. Best Western has upped their motherfucking game. You been at a Best Western lately?
I think so.
They're
I think
nice.
that's, yeah. Do they do the continental breakfast?
I'm sure they do. We didn't do it, but they used to just be like almost like a half a notch above Motel 6, and now all of a
Right.
sudden they're pretty good. Like I was impressed.
Yeah. No. There's one here in Napa that's supposedly rated really well. And I think we stayed when we went and saw the baseball game, the Sacramento River Cats, with friends that we met through the pod. I think we stayed at a Best Western that first time. And we were like, this is it. In fact, it threw us off because we weren't that far away. We just didn't know if we were going to drink beer, and it was a night game. We didn't want to drive back. It threw us for a loop because we felt we were seriously out of town because the hotel was nice.
Yeah.
So we're like, and I remember thinking we're only 40 minutes from home,
Yeah.
So,
No, that's right. Though.
But yeah,
You got to live a little. But I was just real impressed because I had not stayed in one in a long time. They've really upped their game. But and then the next day we played again. I was a little hungover.
Oh, nice. Were you drinking the night before?
No, I was drinking just the day before, really.
Oh, okay. Beer,
Yeah,
I take
just
it.
all day. Yeah.
Doing Deschutes or you Deschutes? Or
Oh
were you
no, we were
going,
drinking shit beer all day because I knew
Coors Light?
I would be dead
Right.
I'd be dead if I drank like IPAs all day long.
You didn't want to take a 9.5% freaking
No,
ruination ale?
not
No.
really. No.
No.
But it's always a little interesting when you play hungover. I don't know if you saw this story, but on the British Open, which was last week, Kristen actually from How Was Your Week, Honey sent me this, and I was reading it.
How was your week, motherfucker?
Eddie Pepperell, I think he's English. He shot kind of average on Saturday, and he's like, well, I'm fucking out of the tournament. Went out and hung out with his coach or something, or his manager, whatever it was, that night. Got drunk on wine. Woke up the next day a little hungover. Went out and shot 67.
Oh, Jesus. That's amazing.
Maybe you should do that more often. I think sometimes when you're hungover, it calms you down to a point where you're just kind of focused on just one task, which is hitting the ball, and sometimes it can help.
I definitely think on stuff like that when you don't feel quite right and you're concentrating on not puking or even why did I do that last night? Oh my God, I feel like garbage. You're just I want to get done. I'm not thinking about, in golf, I'm not thinking about my swing. I'm just let's get out of here. I'm not going to do well. I did crap yesterday. I'm going to do even worse today.
Yeah.
And then you do well.
And you're relaxed. Exactly. You're not thinking about all the other things you think about when you're, in normal
It's I'm a
state.
much better bowler when I drink than when I'm sober.
Oh, for sure. And I am a much better cornhole player when I drink, and I'll get to that in a second. So we met up with two other guys, then went up to this guy's cabin. As a buddy of mine, his family has had this cabin for 1,000 years, and it's just this real rustic cabin, no
a
shower.
serious cabin. Right.
Yeah, no shower. I mean, it's fine, but it's no shower, and the whole roof is open.
Oh, wow.
No, excuse me. Hold on. Let me rephrase.
Okay.
The ceiling is open. The roof, there is a roof, but the ceiling's open. So if you are in any room, you can talk to the guy like he's standing right next to you. It's wide open.
Yeah,
So,
when you said, yeah.
Yeah, not the ceilings or the
I was
roof.
like,
Sorry,
dude,
I
then
didn't
it's
mean that.
then it's like a ugly yurt. I don't know what you're saying.
There is a roof. But it's cool. It's a small lake, you just boat and swim and play poker and blackjack and shit. But back to the cornhole. Are you a fan of the cornhole game?
I am.
It is.
I've been wanting to make a cornhole set, and I just don't have the time.
It would be great for your backyard. It'd be perfect.
Yeah, but we got a serious cornhole backyard.
I mean, the dogs would fucking go right after this beanbags, but still.
Yeah, but you can. Those are easy to make, so I can make a ton of beanbags.
That's right.
I'd actually think I'd make them with dog food inside to just save myself some time.
Toss one as like the chaser.
Yeah.
Go find
Right.
that, then throw.
Right.
It's got this just the craziest, dumbest name, that cornhole. But we had 6 of us.
Mm-hmm.
Total sausage fest. It was great.
Nice.
So we had 2-man teams, and so we just played like tournaments of cornhole. And when I was
also
sober,
called a couple. So you
like
had
couples.
3 couples.
it was like couples.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
exactly. And when I was sober,
Mm-hmm.
could not throw. I could not stick that thing on the board to save my life. Get a few beers
Nice.
in me, I'm good to go.
You were freaking cornholing like nobody's business.
Well, we won it. Me and my date won.
and
But
can you say your date's name?
his name is Jason?
Okay.
And that is because Jason is a fucking cornhole god. In fact, somebody gave him a T-shirt that he wore during the cornhole that says "Cornhole Legend" with it it looks like a baseball logo with the guy throwing the corn.
Right.
This
That's awesome.
motherfucker is so good. He at one point he hit, you throw 4 each time.
Mm-hmm.
At one point he hit 23 out of 24, which is fucking rolling.
In the hole?
Not in the hole, no.
Oh, on the
Hit
deck.
the board, but probably
Right.
sunk 6 to 7 of them.
That's crazy.
He just money every time. Boom, 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 boom. So I just basically have to hold off my opponent while he fucking cleans up. So it was a lot of fun though. Cornhole is a fun, ridiculously stupid and simple game, but I do love it.
But it is fun.
It is fun.
It's surprisingly fun.
It is, and it's easy. It's an easy drinking game and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But you know what happened?
No.
I'm sitting there at one point,
Mm-hmm.
and all of a sudden, one of my buddies, Josh, goes, "What the fuck is that's a drone?" I turn around over my shoulder, and there is a drone hovering about 15 to 20 feet in the air at our property, aimed at us. I'm assuming with the camera.
Yeah, taking pictures of your cornhole.
And I'm like, "What the fuck? What are you doing?"
Did you guys shoot it out of the sky?
So I grabbed the fucking BB gun and turned and aimed it at the thing, and wanted to pull the trigger so bad.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah.
But the thing goes like, okay, and just turns around and proceeds to fly all the way across the lake. We lost track. We couldn't see it at a certain point. The lake is like, I don't know, about 750 yards across.
Oh, Jesus.
So somebody flew that motherfucker all the way over just to take a look at the sausage party we were having.
Probably.
What the shit is that? Why I should have shot it.
You should have. But I don't think you're allowed to.
Is
I
that
think
true?
That's against the law. I believe so.
That's bullshit. You should be able
I
to
know.
shoot that thing if it's fucking invading your privacy.
I know. I think so. Someone will fact check us on that. Maybe it was your lady friend, just seeing if you were having fun.
That's quite it's amazing range that thing has.
Well,
No, but I just couldn't believe it.
She was at another sausage party
Oh, rude.
across the lake.
Rude. But yeah, no, I think even if I hit it with that BB gun, it probably just would have got bing, would have shook
Right.
it off and headed back. It's not like it would have ruined the thing.
Right.
But it was
But maybe
fucking
you break the
freaky. You
camera.
know me and
Yeah.
drones. I'm not cool with drones. So
No,
this was
no.
a big, big no-no.
I bet.
It's amazing
bet.
I didn't fucking go
Did
like
they have
try
to talk you down? Your buddy
Kinda.
Your date have to talk. Jason has, like, hey, buddy, let's just get back to the cornhole.
Well, what
man.
you know
It's cool.
You know what I should have done? I should have jumped in the motherfucking boat, chased after that son of a bitch. Hey,
Would have been
here
great.
comes your drone. Here comes me.
Boat drone chase.
I mean, this is a Tom Cruise movie. I could fucking sprint down to the boat as fast as I can.
I'd love it though when you get to shore and the drone just kind of hovers and you're like, well, now what the hell do you do? I'm just going to stay up here about 12 feet.
Well, I got to be sure it's the right house too. They might fly
Yeah,
to the
right.
wrong house just to throw off the scent. And I'm like, God
police
damn it.
station. You're like, God, little
So
ranger
pissed
station.
off. Stop
funny.
flying your drones at me.
Over my
people.
sausage fest.
Fucking lame.
Right?
Anyway, that was kind of the gist of the trip, but all I was left with at the end is, of course, like I said, just too many pounds and feeling kind of hazy. I'm still like eating my way out of that feeling of emptiness, that pit in your stomach you get when you finished a 3-day, run of drinking with the fellas.
Drink fest, sure.
And all I'm left with now is no less than a dozen bites on my right ass cheek and a few on my taint, Neil. I got bites on my taint.
Mosquito taint bites?
I don't know if they're mosquitoes or spiders or
Not
ants.
Jason. They're not Jason bites.
They're not Jason bites. Jason didn't bite me. Josh didn't bite me. Not drone bites,
Huh.
But I've got bites all fucking over me. And it was one of those where there's the delay. So like I didn't realize until I got home about the ass bites. And I look in the mirror. I'm like, what in the shit? Do you want to see them? Here.
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to show them to you.
All right.
But they're in like a cluster of them. I was like, for a second, I was like, did I just get the chicken pox that my kids have had recently? Like, what's going on here? But no, and I leaned down like,
do they itch?
It's yeah.
So probably mosquito.
Probably, but odd because
did you do the X thing like you said with your
I've
thumb?
been doing the X thing all over my taint.
Did you try Bactine? Little Bactine on the taint.
Bactine on the taint. Ouch.
Yeah.
That's gonna hurt.
Yeah. That'll leave a mark.
Trust me, it's not fun like when you're reaching in and you see one like on your inner thigh and you're like, that's no good. And wait a minute, what is this? This has gone too far.
You're like, what?
But when I would sit out at night, you're by a lake, of course, so there could be a ton of mosquitoes. But when you sit at night, like I would put like a long sleeve on and like sweatpants on or something. So I didn't, I was kind of fairly covered.
They went right through that stuff.
Either they went right through it or whatever I was sleeping on, which was not the most comfortable thing in the world. There were spiders. I'm assuming I got bit at night. That's my hunch, is that while I was sleeping, I got bit.
Right.
Not good.
I would think, especially if they're all itchy, I'm going to go mosquito. I'm going to go route of the mosquito.
Why would I have like 12 in about a 4-inch radius on my ass?
Little family mosquitoes?
That tells me that's a spider just fucking running around going like fucking Pac-Man on my ass. Thanks a lot.
Well, what could have happened is the mosquito kept going like through the sweats, and then you'd move.
And then you go for more?
It just pull out his little beaker and then shove the beaker back in there.
Yeah.
So he never left your sweats. Just had to recoil his beaker. That's a technical term for this mosquito.
Yeah. That's a lot of bites, though. I don't know.
Well, you
I
never
don't know. Anyway.
I'm just saying it's possible.
Yeah. So that was my dude's trip.
Very nice. And after listening to your dude's trip, I realized I owe you an apology. So many times I give you a hard time about the kids and not wanting to be with the kids and the wife and all this and that. And now I think you have shown, and I understand that it's nice that you did this trip like before school is out. So it's not like you're not with the kids while they're on summer vacation. It's like, you're like, I'm going to get this out of my system, go hang with my friends. And then when the kids are out of school, I'll be home with the kids and the dad and the family and the wife. So I just want to say, I think that's...
You realize that last week's trip that I described in excruciating detail was me and my son, right?
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. I thought it was great. You took, last week before school gets out, take your kids, and then you're like, I want one weekend with the boys.
An asshole. You know what? You know what? They're kind of fucked, by the way. Can I tell you this? They have, I think they only get 10 weeks off for the summer. That's it.
What?
It's real short.
Why?
I don't know.
Did they miss make up snow days or stuff?
No, it wasn't this year. They ended on June 14th and they start on August 25th.
Wow, that's out
Maybe it's
late
11
and in
weeks.
early.
Yeah, it's shitty. They got kind of hosed.
Because I remember for me, I was out by my birthday's on June 15th, and I was out way.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. I was out way in advance of my birthday, and we didn't go back to school until September.
Yeah, right. Same here.
And I remember it was weird. It was like we were in school for a week, and then we had a 3-day weekend because it was freaking Labor Day or something.
Oh, well, no, we usually start after Labor Day.
Okay.
We always started then. But yeah, we usually finished kind of right at the very beginning of June. So you had a good solid 3 months.
Yeah, it always felt like I think it was just under, but it felt like it was really 3 months.
Yeah, now they're fucked. Now they get even less. I'm
okay.
Month, I'm okay with it.
Counting down the days, like, oh shit, only 28 days. Oh shit, only 27 days of summer.
Well, yeah, you get to like 4th of July, and all of a sudden people start counting down. Back to school sales start. I mean, back to school shit showed up 2 weeks ago.
Oh yeah, no, it's been here for about the same. And what's going to be trippy is, I'd say within 3 weeks, you're going to start seeing Halloween stuff.
Oh, I know. That shit comes early, for sure.
That shit.
Anyway.
So I owed you an apology. I just want to say I think that's really cool.
Okay, you're an asshole. Apology not accepted. It's time for a little sports desk.
Dun 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 dun, dun sports desk.
There
with
you go.
two dicks.
That. Turn it into that. What'd you say? 2 dicks?
Yeah, sports desk with 2 dicks.
That might have to be the jingle. I'm going to totally fucking grab that for next time.
Oh, that's funny.
Let me ask you this, Neil.
Yeah, please do.
Do you think playing football is a good way to get CTE through brain trauma?
I think it's a solid way. I mean, I know I tried it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It seems to work.
Good. Yeah.
Do you think that the measures being taken to address some of these issues in football are going to eventually lead to the demise of the sport?
Are we speaking all football, NFL, college, everything? Like we're just
NFL,
blanketing
the
football?
whole thing.
As we know it, yes, I do believe we will go to a kinder, gentler football, whether it's almost like a flag football type of scenario or a weird two-hand touch where like the gloves and the shirt have some kind of weird
Sensor.
Bluetooth or some technology so you actually know. But I do think the days of freaking these
Collision.
huge men that a lot of take crazy amounts of supplements to get to this size, running at full speed against each other to see who breaks first. I think that's a dying. And I think it's dying for two reasons. One, it's dangerous. I don't think people are enjoying watching it as much for the violence anymore.
I think that for me, huge football fan, it's like I still watch it like I used to, but there's like this lingering guilt.
Right.
Like when you see somebody get blown up, you're like, oh no.
Yeah, I don't
You know?
I don't like those plays. I mean, I like the pursuit and I like the breakdown of a defensive player to get the offensive player, but I don't like the massive hit, especially when they don't see him come. When two players just happen to go heads with each other, like they both know it's coming and one gets a little woozy, then it's like, okay, they knew what was going on. But when somebody kind of gets blindside or the horse collar tackles or the taking out somebody low, I don't even like watching that, you know?
Yeah, it's pretty tough. It's funny because Larry Fedora, who's the
beautiful hat, by the way.
I was going to say he's the head coach of North Carolina and sadly shuns his name by wearing a visor. Come on, man. You got such a great opportunity right there.
I know. Yeah.
That could be your fucking calling
But maybe
card.
that's the thing.
All his life, they've been like, dude, where's your fedora? Like, fuck off, I wear a visor.
His nickname should be Visor.
He was at the ACC like football press conference or whatever, and he had some thoughts. One of them was he said that he doesn't think that the data concludes that like football necessarily causes CTE. Like it's, it could be all these different sports, but that it's really caused by repeated blows to the head. Well, yeah, Larry.
Yeah.
What do you think happens in football?
Well, I think it's good that he's coaching a game where people don't use their heads at all.
No.
As either a blocking device
or a weapon
or like an anvil of some kind.
Right.
So yeah, it's good. I mean, it's like, sometimes I think a lot of players, I notice a lot of tiddlywinks players get CTE, because it could be anything, really. We don't know.
CTE, huge problem in tiddlywinks. And in cornhole.
Cornhole.
Take that bag off the dome. Look out.
I've known a few people to take a bag off the face and didn't feel right afterwards. All I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
See, sports desk with two dicks.
With two dicks.
He's also went on to say, quote, I fear the game will be pushed so far to one extreme that you won't recognize it in 10 years. And I do believe that if it gets to that point, our country goes down too.
Oh, well.
He's taken it to the next level.
Yeah, Well, we've seen that happen.
The wussification of America.
We've seen that happen with sport. Look at what happened with the Romans and the Greeks. Once they lost their games, freaking everything fell apart.
It's true. See,
right?
It all went downhill. So maybe
that's right.
Larry Visor's got a point here.
Larry the Visor.
He
Fedora.
said once asked a 3-star general what makes the U.S. military the best in the world. The general told him football. Quote, most of our troops have grown up and played the game at some point in their life at some level, and the lessons they learn from the game is what makes us who we are.
Yeah, no.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Football specifically, but in sports in general, there's a lot of great lessons to be learned there. Camaraderie and, everybody working together and selflessness and all those things, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But to say that if football starts to go downhill, it's going to affect the greatness of our country, I think that might be a bridge too far there.
I think so. I also think that our military is amazing, not only because of the men and women who serve, but because the amount of money and R&D that goes into our military.
Right.
I think having
pretty big
weapons that can blow stuff up from half a world away I'm not sure how much football. I mean, Tom Brady can throw a ball, but I don't think he can throw a ball that far.
Well, frankly, with the increased use of drones, you just got to be able to fucking handle a joystick, don't you?
Hey, and can I handle a joystick? Huh? What? No, I'm here all week. Thank you.
Shit, that's what Annalise calls it.
Oh no, she doesn't know its name anymore.
Anyway, I just thought that was interesting comments. I mean, the thing is,
what's your feelings on? Do you think it'll? How long before it's no longer a full contact? 100% full contact sport.
If it gets to that point, the popularity is going to just completely plummet. I mean, people were saying like, "Oh, you see this?" They were just doing like a flag football league of some sort. wasn't even paying attention to it, but I just saw some snippet of it.
Ultimate Frisbee can step in.
Ultimate Frisbee, and they the flag football thing. They were like, "Oh yeah, like this could really catch on, and this might be the future of football." It was like, "What are you out of your fucking mind? I don't want to watch dudes play flag football."
It won't be a huge spectacle. I mean, I think there will still be people that watch it, but it won't be a multi-billion-dollar empire anymore.
God no. And I mean, I don't know. I'm real torn just because I love the game so much. I love watching it, but I understand that the risks are just outrageous. So it's hard to say, but I can't imagine it going away completely to the point where they're like, okay, we're going to touch now. We're not going to hit. I mean, some people have brought up the notion of like go back to the fucking roots of football, and don't have helmets, don't have fucking shoulder pads, and see how they hit, because that's what they do in rugby, and those dudes don't get rung up quite as much. Yeah,
but that's a little different too. That sport is different. It is
different, but would it teach you to hit in a more proper manner to protect yourself, not just?
Oh, for sure. But you'd almost have to start with a new generation. You couldn't take the players now and go, okay, let's take off, because that's, you'd have to start it and go, okay, what parent is going to let their kid go play with no pads?
Let's get those fucking leather helmets back. Let's go straight like 1920 style football.
Did you ever see that sometimes during the Super Bowl they had like was it called the Bikini Bowl or the?
Oh yes,
that's what the dude should wear.
Bras
and panties.
Yeah,
what?
Right.
Yeah,
full like they're covering their boobs as well.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Come on, no one wants to see those linemen's man teats.
No, not at all. You're gonna be like,
imagine the amount of lace and fabric they'd have to use to outfit some of those guys.
They just get ripped to shreds too. Those dudes would be fucking naked by the end of the game.
Sock puppets.
I used to be a big baseball fan. I don't tend to care as much anymore. Maybe if Portland gets a team at some point, which they might, but it's probably down the road quite a ways, I might care again. But I struggle to keep up with baseball anymore. Do you feel the same?
Right. Yes.
Okay.
Especially considering I watch so many goddamn games in my life.
That's true.
And baseball really does bore me. It's a game I used to really like to listen to on the radio.
It's a nice game to have on the radio and do something else. Yeah.
Yeah, because then you're like, oh, that sounds exciting. More, and when you're watching it, it's always funny to watch it and listen to the radio because the radio makes it sound like, oh my God, sharp hit to right field. Oh, he's going to leg out a thing. And then you look at it and he's just jogging to first base. You're like,
if you have a good announcer too, you really need to have a good announcer because they're the ones who are painting the picture. But it turns out there is a AA team.
Okay.
Who is reaching out to millennials like me.
Mm-hmm.
with a promo to get me, a millennial, to come to the ballpark. So the Montgomery Biscuits, this actually just happened this past weekend, but it's kind of funny.
Did you say the Montgomery Biscuits?
Montgomery Biscuits, and I want you to look up their logo because it basically looks like a biscuit Muppet.
Okay.
Or
I will say this, I do enjoy, like when we went to the River Cats, what is that, AA?
I think that's right.
Yeah, whatever it is, the minor leagues, whatever you want to call it. It's actually a lot more fun because a lot of those kids are just freaking. They're trying to crush the ball every single second. I mean, they're in the outfield trying to hit the ball. All right, so at Memphis Muppets,
the Montgomery Biscuits, which it almost looks like a stack of pancakes, but I guess it is a biscuit in the logo. So look that up. So they sent out a tweet last week that says, "Quote, ready? Want free things without much work? You're in luck.
Oh my God, that's
Riverwalk
hilarious.
Stadium will be millennial friendly on Saturday, July 21st with a participation ribbon giveaway just for showing up.
That's awesome.
Napping and selfie stations, along with lots of avocados."
Why the avocado?
I guess millennials love
that a
avocados.
millennial
I mean,
thing?
I love them.
Well, that is true because avocado toast right now is like the thing.
Yeah, see, that's
So.
a bit much. I like naps too. I like naps. I like avocados.
Naps are
I think
solid.
this is right up my alley. This stuff.
I am not, as you know, I am not a fan of the participation ribbon, but I would love to get one.
After some initial backlash, the official Twitter account for the Biscuits again chimed in with, quote, offended? Feel free to fight your battles IRL and
Nice.
visit us at Riverwalk Stadium. And they asked anybody to stop by during office hours, and they would, if they had a valid complaint, they would potentially get free tickets. Which to me, I'm like, that's a wasted opportunity because you should, as much as you want to get people to the park, you should give them a trophy if they show up with a valid complaint. I would think.
That's
What would
good.
you?
That's pretty good.
The online backlash continued as many people chimed in calling it a stupid publicity stunt and stereotypical. So do you think, Neil, that our millennial friends like me have a legitimate gripe that this is a little over the top and ridiculous and kind of offensive to millennials? Or are they just being snowflakes?
I think it's a little bit of like if they I think they're just being weenies. I mean, it's just poking fun. They obviously want you to come see their game and hopefully enjoy it and come back. So they're not saying we're going to exclude all millennials and outside the park we'll have a nap station so you can drop off your real friends to watch the game.
Right.
No, they're saying come in. They're playing with it and having fun. And if you're offended, I mean, if you're a millennial and a loser, I can see you being offended.
Right.
If you're a millennial and successful and comfortable with yourself, then you're like, oh my God, that's hilarious.
Well, there were a lot of tweet responses that were like, I'm too busy to come to your park because I'm working 2 jobs. And like, you know, everybody says that we're lazy, but I'm doing this, this, and this. And, you know, baby boomers left us all these problems. And now we're having, they were just like, people were just firing darts back.
Yeah.
So pissed off.
And in this highly charged political time, anybody who has a chance to come back at somebody else for and then put the blame on someone else, right? Oh, well, it was because of the baby boomers, or I'm doing this, or I'm doing that. It just, they just want to freaking polish their own knobs. Whatever.
Don't you love the use of the snowflake, though? People really like, basically, it's your way of going, like, don't get defensive. Just you immediately put somebody on the back foot.
Oh,
anything
for sure.
that they're doing, anything they react to that doesn't jive with what you're saying. Oh, you're just a fucking snowflake. I love that.
Oh, yeah.
I love that.
Oh,
take.
for sure. It's more than a microaggression, but it's super passive aggressive too.
Yeah.
And it's that, immediate. It's like, I'm going to put you down and make you feel bad because we don't agree.
Yeah, right.
You know,
Exactly.
It's like, well, I think as a woman, I should get paid the same amount as dudes. Oh, don't be a snowflake.
Okay.
And you're like,
Just
well,
being a snowflake.
you know,
Wah,
it's
wah,
like
wah.
that. It's like that question, you know, with that question that people ask that can't, you know, whatever the answer is wrong. Is like, oh, when did you stop beating your wife? You know, it's like you can't. It does that. It's
I'm not laughing at that term or that statement.
No,
by the way,
no,
I'm
no.
laughing at Neil's joke.
Right, but
Don't be a
you know,
snowflake. I'm just laughing at Neil's joke.
right, you know, it's crazy.
Oh, shit balls. Anyway, well, I don't know how they said it. They said that attendance was up for the game, so I think it went well. We'll see.
Well, I would think most people had. I think people that. What are we Gen Xers or were we?
Yeah, we're Gen Xers.
We're Gen Xers. So if they had something funny like, oh, come and you know, we'll have a gangster rap station. You know, now that would be a little bit more. Because it's a little racially charged. But if what did we have that was
every
weird?
young generation gets labeled as the
Computer
lazy
station.
One.
Yeah, that's fine.
We were the lazy
care.
ones. Gen X was the fucking lazy bastards,
Yeah.
and then now the millennials are. And it's, you know,
we'll
what
have
I mean?
a cocaine station. That's fine. You know, whatever.
Now we're talking. Woo.
Yeah,
Let's go.
Yeah.
Where would the cornhole station be? Would that be with the Gen Xers or the millennials? Probably the millennials.
Well, that's a comeback game though, because it was with baby boomers too, right?
Did they actually play that back in the day?
Well,
back in the Great War?
Back in the Great War. Back, I think more in the South. Cornhole. You know what's funny is I didn't know it was called cornhole up until a couple years ago.
It's a tough name.
I always thought it was called beanbag tossed.
Yeah.
And then we were somewhere, and I'm like, cornhole? What's cornhole? And Elise is like, that's a game with the freaking beanbags.
Yeah, people say it with a straight face. You like cornhole? I'm like, excuse me? We just met.
I mean, yeah, I do, but I don't. I mean, well, that's a weird. Yeah, I don't know. Do you like swallowing? I mean, where are we going with this?
After the cornhole game, we're gonna go play Brown Eye. Wait, what? What the fuck is Brown Eye?
Right. After the cornhole game, we're gonna go play fisting. Huh?
That's got to be different, right?
Oh boy.
Anyway, it's time for some 6 words, Neil.
Frickin' give me 5 and I'll make up the 6th.
There. Oh, maybe that's a new game.
Oh, that's not bad.
I have started, by the way, just so everybody knows, to retweet all the Anna Goldfarb tweets that include like a link to the form. So if you see that from
reached out to Anna Goldblum yet?
I still haven't reached out. No.
Oh Jesus.
Maybe you should take that upon yourself.
Send me her info and I will reach out.
Look for Anna Goldfarb on Twitter.
Okay, too much work.
Easy.
I'm a snowflake. Back off. You have a nap station for me?
I'm retweeting her stuff so you would see it there, and then you could get back to her.
Fine. I will check her out off of you.
But anyway, she sends out these little Google form things you can fill out for that that populate these items. So I wanted to see if maybe any of our listeners might end up showing up on the list. We'll have to see.
Sure.
It'll be kind of fun. So this one is
and you've been on the list.
Roman 44 has been on the list for jumping parking
right.
meters. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think I submitted one other one, maybe one or two others. I can't remember, but we'll see if they come up in future posts. So this one is the people told us their worst summer job in 6 words.
All right. Yeah, scratching somebody's taint.
Oh boy. Well, Allie, 28, overnight security guard on Fraternity Row.
Oh,
that just sounds absolutely nasty.
See, now this is one of those things like where. Sure, I'm all for equality and all that, but sometimes be like, wow, do you really want this job? I mean, I'm sure you could do it.
You don't want to deal with those dudes. The only thing that's a saving grace I didn't think about when I first looked at that one is that this is summer job. So this is not like the full house. This is like the summer crew.
Right.
So it won't be a full
deal.
So
it's the kids that don't have parents.
Like me.
Yeah, right.
That's what my kids will be stuck doing. Leah, 28, washing old people's wrinkly, malleable scalps. Did you have any experience with that in your styling days?
Oh, yeah. When I was in beauty school.
You get the olds in there?
Well,
taking advantage?
When you're a quote-unquote freshman, you have to you can't pay for your services can't be paid for by state law for some reason. Mm-hmm. So you get just people off the street. So you'll get some homeless people. You'll get some people that are all whacked out, and you'll get a bunch of old people that like are on fixed income, that this is the one time they can afford because it's free for someone to wash their hair with shampoo. So at least all week it's all nappy, wrinkly. Yeah.
And then you just go all Edward Scissorhands on it, just fucking.
Usually the old ladies wanted to come in for a style and set, so rollers, and then the gentleman wanted a shave. And
high and tight.
It's like we don't shave here, sir. This is not barbering school. This is cosmetology. And then they'd usually say something completely either racist or sexist or homophobic. Yeah.
And then you would start crying, and he'd be like, "You fucking snowflake! Don't cut my hair."
That's right. I'm like, I have to go to my nap station. I like the nap station.
Nap station's great. You got that half-eaten avocado toast over there. Courtney, 20, folded letters and licked envelopes every day. First of all, what was your job? And second, isn't that how George Costanza's fiance died in Seinfeld?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
She died from licking the envelopes in their invitations.
Yeah, she got poisoned from it, right? Yeah. Like too much. Yeah. That doesn't sound like a terrible job. And too dumb. Get a freaking little dish and a sponge. You don't have to lick it.
You just need the little thing that just does.
Yeah, and if you don't have it, you can use a sponge. I mean, it's.
And Courtney is 20, so it wasn't like this was back in the 40s before they had any of those devices.
Apparently, it wasn't back when people had brains and knew how to do stuff, too.
Oh, wow. Harsh on Courtney.
Courtney. Guy Courtney or girl Courtney?
Ryan, 23. This is a bunch of things. Island, horse shit, and many tourists. Now, this sounds like your couple's resort.
It does. It does. So he was like... So
he
was
Ryan?
Like this stable hand? Yes.
It should have been like tatted guy made endless dick jokes.
So he was like a stable person at like a vacation spot?
I'm guessing that's the only thing I can think of.
Again, that doesn't sound terrible either.
It's not that bad. You're probably in paradise, by the way.
Yeah, and you're probably around people that really like horses, so they're happy. And horse poop isn't the dirtiest kind of poop to pick up. I mean, horse poop is edible.
Oh, man. A lot of nutrients in that horse
Lots of
poop.
nutrients.
Yeah. So maybe Ryan's being a snowflake too.
Yeah.
Alex, 20. Denny's graveyard shift, vomit, and tweakers.
Yeah, that would be tough.
I think you could put any graveyard shift in there and you're going to have some problems. Like I worked graveyard shift in college.
Well, not at a graveyard.
Well, not in a graveyard. Be awfully quiet there.
Graveyard shift.
Except those
Pretty
ghosts.
solid.
Except
Oh,
those
that's
ghosts.
right.
That is pretty solid. We
That's
should have
right.
had a but any graveyard shift is going to be, you're going to get some of the crazies.
Yeah.
You know?
7-Eleven, graveyard, any
What do
mini
you
mart.
expect?
When they had the 24-hour like video rental stores, nothing good.
Right. I think you want the morning shift if you're going to work
Yeah.
at one of those places. CJ, 33, laying carpet, worst job ever. Have you seen those people? Oh my
It's a
God. Hey,
tough
by the
job.
way, that's 5 words, CJ. Ah,
Laying carpet, worst job
he
ever.
said
You're
laying
right.
carpet, worst job ever.
Ugh.
Well, CJ, you're dumb.
You should just throw in another ever. Ever. Yeah,
No, but have you ever seen
carpet
people
laying
lay
is
carpet?
Not fun. Yeah, it's not.
Horrible.
It's work. It's work.
It's work, and you're like ruining your knees and your back and shit. Like
yeah.
you really got to fucking whack that shit into place. It's not good.
Yeah, and working with those tack strips are not fun.
Mm-mm. No. Poke.
No.
Bleeding.
Yeah.
Poke. Bleeding. Fuck. How do you say this name? Jaina? Gina?
I was gonna go with Jaina, but yeah, Gina. Gina is great. Is her first? It's Virginia Gina. So,
Oh, Gina, I'm so
when
sorry. She's only 18
She
years
goes like
old,
with the W Axl Rose. She goes V Gina.
Oh my God. Oh, I'm blushing. Gina. 18. Stocked groceries for rich, entitled assholes.
Whole Foods? Yeah,
It must be.
Whole Foods.
Poor Gina. George, 28. Landscaping. Coped by smoking weed daily. Well,
Yeah, landscaping's not an easy job either.
I think that he's probably not alone in smoking some weed to get through that. You know,
No,
you're gonna be cutting grass. You got to be smoking grass. Hey,
That's right. Yeah, yeah.
Cleaning. Oh, sorry. Spencer, 28. Cleaning locker rooms after wrestling matches. Oof.
That's tough.
Kind of makes me puke in my mouth a little because I'm a hockey guy and the hockey
Yeah.
locker room is nasty, much like the football locker room is pretty nasty.
Women's locker room is the worst. When
Which
I worked
one?
at the Y, women's locker rooms at
Oh,
a gym.
really?
Oh, freaking! I didn't even know people did this kind of stuff in locker rooms. I mean, we are talking disgusting. Like
no.
you think of it, and it happened. Like, because I go into the first time I had to go, and I didn't have to clean the locker room, but I had to get all the towels out. Like they throw the towels in a hole in a wall, and it goes into a big bin, and I have to roll the bins down to the end of the line so that
Right.
whatever could come and get them. So we would do this thing where we'd go and put on gloves, and we just pick up the extra towels that were kind of pick up most of them. One, to help the cleaning crew because they didn't get paid a lot, and they have a pretty crappy job,
Yeah.
literally. And 2 is just to get as many towels as we could. So you go through the guys' locker room, and you know how guys' locker rooms are. It's a mess. But, towels left in the locker and here and there. Freaking grab towels, whatever. Went
Right.
to the women's locker room, and I was like, what did you do to this towel? I mean, gross tampons wrapped in towels,
Oh.
poop wrapped in towels. I'm like, what? Why are you not pooping? Why are you pooping in a towel? I mean, really. And not like once, but every freaking night. I mean, it got to the point where I'd go in there I stopped picking up towels in the women's locker room. And I remember I used to tell the janitors when they came in, I said, I'm really sorry, but I can't. And they'd laugh and they're like, no, we totally get it.
Why are you pooping in a towel?
Yeah, but every night, then it was a thing to go in there to see like what nasty ass crap you were going to find.
Is it just because women spend more time there and are doing more things than men and men are kind of in and out?
Maybe.
Or are women
I don't
just
know,
gross?
man. I mean,
women are just gross.
I don't. Something. Well, some of those women, something was up, man.
Oh,
they'd shave their legs into a towel. What's this about?
I don't know. All these things don't need to be involving the towel.
No, the towels were very popular for some reason.
Maybe
The poor
bring your
towels.
own or a sheet. Put a sheet
my
down.
God.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Pooping into the towel though.
Yeah, I didn't get that. And it was like if it was a one-time thing, then I could see maybe accident. I mean, you never know, right? People
Sure.
sick or who knows? Maybe some developmental, issues.
Right.
You don't know.
Of course.
But when you find a poopy towel at least once a week,
That's yeah. Ooh.
Yeah.
Or they're mad at you. Maybe they're like, I know the towel guy's coming in to pick these up. Fuck him.
maybe. But oh my
I get-
God,
That is
It was
disgusting.
so gross. Yeah.
I always felt like wrestlers kind of had their own funk, by the way. So I could understand where that would
Like
be gross.
hockey players, I think.
What is it?
Like hockey play. Hockey players and the pads have their own distinctive
For sure.
nasty. I think wrestlers have that too.
Yeah.
Their own
I think that
weird
must be what it is.
schmegma.
Schmegma. Kyle, 34, temp job, clown at waterbed store. How's that the worst? Sounds like the best.
That almost sounds like it could be fun.
That sounds like a lot of fun. You can scare the shit out of people.
Not only that, but so many people are going to come out and you go, yeah, go fuck yourself. You can have fun with it. And you're like, oh, okay.
Sucking out a cigarette, fucking pants halfway down your.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. Swank. Holy shit. This is this person's name. Swank.
Wow.
19 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Butchered meats for entitled white people. Whole Foods?
Oh, Whole Foods?
Whole Foods again.
Yeah.
These people are mad.
Yeah.
This is
At
Michael.
white
30.
people, apparently.
Well, clearly.
Yeah.
Or just entitled people in general, rich people. Michael, 33, got coffee for people being intimate. What?
Wait.
What does that mean?
Huh? God. So it was like a sex palace and you were caught?
It had to be some sort of sex club.
Coffee? Yeah. And that seems like a weird drink that you'd order. You're like, oh, would you like some champagne? No, but I could take a double shot espresso right now.
I am famished. I could use a cup of Joe.
Yeah. What was his name or her name?
In here.
What was the person's name?
Michael, 33. So he probably did this 10 years ago.
Hey, Michael, I'm not able to keep up here, bro. Can you run down and get me like a mocha, double mocha?
2 sugars,
fat free.
1
Yeah.
milk.
Fat free. Thanks, man. Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
Did you want anything, honey? No. Oh, her mouth is full. Never mind. That's fine. I mean,
I don't think she
weird.
needs anything to drink right now.
Or maybe by intimate, he means like they were having serious conversations, like that kind of intimacy.
Maybe like it was a real special moment.
Which I think would even be worse. Like they're like, well, it really hurts your feelings. Hold on.
Hold on a second.
Michael, this jackhole's going to keep talking to me. I could
I'm gonna
really
need something.
use a latte. Yeah. He's putting me to sleep.
Do you have
All
any
right.
amphetamines while you're at it, please? Thanks.
Okay, Brad, tell me your feelings.
Jake, 21, forced to listen to Despacito repeatedly.
So I'm guessing it was played somewhere he worked. I don't think this
Over
was like a Clockwork Orange scenario where they strapped him down to a chair.
Feel his eyes
Put
open.
put headphones on him. See, now that's a snowflake. Forced to listen. I mean, come on, buddy.
Well,
Really?
seems pretty
Had
rough.
to listen, right?
Oh, you think force is too strong?
Come on. Was he really forced? They said the job is that we're making you listen to this?
Did I ever tell you the story about when we were in London and we were at the restaurant and the gal kept replaying the song over and over again? Did I tell you about
Yes. What was it? It was a...
that? Hero
was it a-
by Enrique Iglesias.
Right.
Just over and
Yeah.
over until my buddy said, "Could you please play that song again?" She's like, "Sure."
That's so good.
Claire, 19, summer camp, kids shits bed nightly.
Oh, maybe it's really a she, and she works out at the Y also.
I was gonna say that, or it's the son or daughter of
Right.
that woman, and that's just their
Right.
style. That's their fucking steez. They shit in beds and towels.
See, now that I guess as a 19-year-old, but as a somewhat adult, I think unless the kid was doing it on purpose, I think that's one that I'd be like, kid's having a tough time. Something's going on.
Well, he's all mentally fucked because he's away from home and misses his parents.
Yeah, so I that wouldn't be the worst thing because you know,
That or he's eating like way too much crap and ice cream.
freaking
and stuff.
granola all day long.
Just dropping loads. Charlie, 20, scraping food off rich people's plates. Man, there is just like class warfare going on in this
Now
six-word
this is
segment.
scraping food off. So your job, like you get hired by rich people and they just give you a plate and go, "Can you scrape this off?"
To me,
Are
that
you
just
a
sounds like he
busboy?
worked-
Are you a bus person? What
he's
are
a
you?
bus. He's a bus boy named Charlie. Maybe it's a gal.
Could be a gal.
Bus
A gal.
Bus gal.
Yeah.
But they're bussing tables at a restaurant, and they're just like they're sitting
Or
over there like
dishwasher.
scraping food off, just going, "Look at those motherfuckers," you know.
Yeah. I mean, come on.
It's a little, I don't know.
Yeah.
A little crazy. M, 23, just M,
Mhm.
just the letter M.
Okay.
Battling avian flu and hazmat suits. Whoa. That is a
Wow.
crazy summer job, M.
Yeah.
Thank you for your service.
Yeah.
That's a
Unless you did
terrible
it to
idea.
yourself, Em. Unless you did it to yourself.
Yeah, you might have done it to yourself. Maybe you put yourself in that position. Just got a few more. Ashley, 25, The only sober summer camp counselor. Well, that's your bad, Ashley.
Yeah. It's your bad for wanting to better yourself.
and try to be like responsible for the children that you're responsible for. That's
Right.
fine, but let's get drunk.
Yeah.
Come on. I mean, the kids are asleep, shitting in that bed.
Look, the kids don't know what vodka on the breath smells like. No. Well, maybe they do. They have parents.
No. You're going to have to clean that bed tomorrow anyway. Daniel, 25, fundamentalist Bible camp counselor wasn't fundamentalist. Again, you're bad, Daniel. Why are you going to these camps?
What? Yeah. I mean,
what's your mistake?
Why not fake it? I mean, you're at camp anyway. Just lean into it and have a good time.
Yeah, that's true. Lean into it. I agree. 100%. Yeah. And finally, Hannah, 22, illegal landscaping work. I was 14. Cry me a river, Hannah.
Did Hannah say landscaping or manscaping work?
Landscaping.
Oh,
I mean,
not as interesting as I thought it was going to be.
No, not at all. I was mowing lawns at 10 and almost got fucking, thrown in a sex dungeon by a she-male, and I'm not crying about it.
No. I mean, that...
Have I ever told you that story?
No, but I'd like to hear it.
One summer, I think I was like 12 maybe. Mm-hmm. And it was during the summer, and I was trying to make some extra scratch, so I made these like bullshit fucking flyers. Yeah. With grass on it and, I'll do these services, whatever it was. And it's all like mowing lawns and pulling weeds and raking shit and all that stuff. So I put those around the neighborhood, spread like, I don't know, maybe kind of a 4-block radius, something like that. Mm-hmm. One night, we're sitting there watching. I'm with my buddy Ryan, my brother, and my dad, and we're watching the movie No Way Out. You've seen that movie, Kevin Costner?
No.
Fucking great movie. You should see it.
Right,
it's 1987.
Right. Okay. Fair enough.
Phone rings. I've told this story. I know I've told this story on the show.
Oh, but not to me.
No, I think I told it a few years ago when there was another co-host. No offense.
Uh-oh.
So I apologize for anybody who's heard this story before. But this woman calls, and I answer the phone. Hello, and she. This is the sound I get. I don't know who this is. I just called a random number. What? I don't know who this is. I just called a random number. It's like, okay. And then she starts talking, and at some point she's like, guess what I'm doing? I'm putting on my sister's nail polish. And then she goes, what? Guess what color? And I said, black? she goes, mauve. I think I was 12 and didn't even know what mauve was. I have no idea what color that is.
Oh.
So we go through this whole thing. Finally, I just hang up on her because this is just freaking me the fuck out.
Sure.
She calls back.
Oh, Jesus.
And I answer. I'm like, oh God, I can't. I hang up on her again. Calls back again. My friend answers. He's like, fuck this. You're out of your mind. I'm going to answer this. I'm like, guys, you got to hear this.
Right.
He answers. He's like, yo, baby, what's up? Answers the phone. She starts talking, and I just see his fucking jaw drop, and he just hands me the phone. So fast forward a week later. Eventually, we get off the phone with her. Fast forward a week later, and I'm going to mow this gal's lawn, and it is waist high.
Okay. It's
maybe
weeds
more.
now. It's no longer grass.
No, it is. It's a field of weed. That's what it looks like. So I'm like, okay. So I wheel my, lawnmower up there. I go to start doing it. And you're fucked. You almost need a fucking machete to chop it down first to even get into it.
Right.
And I'm trying to do the thing where you lower the back and kind of slowly come down on it over and over again. You're not going to believe this, but the lawnmower breaks down.
Oh, I'm shocked.
Fuck you, I'm out.
Yeah.
So it breaks down. And this woman is telling me, hey, do you want to come inside and call? I said, I need to go show this to my dad because the lawnmower's not working. And she starts going, do you want to come inside and use the phone? I was like, wait a minute.
I know that voice.
Wait a minute.
What color are your fingernails?
Exactly. I'm going to check your fingernails right now. And she kept fucking harassing me to come inside, going you can just come in and make a phone call. You can do this. And I fucking took off, said, I got to take it to him because I got to show it to him. I take off. I wheel that thing back home. Never fucking went back. She never called.
Oh.
So she knew.
She knew
that she was a fucking child molester and that I had called her number on it and she was going to try to. I'm telling you, I would have been in that basement for years, Neil. They wouldn't know where I was.
True. I agree 100%.
So be careful, kids.
Mm-hmm.
Not that anybody goes and mows lawns for other people anymore, but still.
No. Well, not with these millennials.
Fucking snowflakes. Anyway. Thank you for listening to our show. You can find us at reasonsareseveral.com. Please go subscribe to us and do a review if you'd like. Tweet at us at reasonsr and at angelsfreak7, and you can email us at reasonsareseveral@gmail.com. It's been great talking to you, Neil.
It's been great talking with you.
We'll be back next week.
Sounds good.
Bye.
Peace.